ladies, it is the last month of the year, and I can't believe how far we've come with Outdoorsy Black Women. We started out this year in February with 700 members, and as of now, we've already reached over 3,400 members. And I'm just really excited to see the growth that we've had. All of you have been such amazing parts of this community. There's been so much feedback that's been given to our ambassadors and even in the contact form. And I want you all to know that we have been listening. There are some major but exciting changes coming to Outdoorsy Black Women. One of the things that many of you have mentioned is wanting more activities and more hikes, and of course, an ambassador in your state. We are going to be adding a ton of new ambassadors in 2023. Right now, we have an ambassador coming to Orlando. We have an ambassador coming to Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. We have an ambassador coming to LA, Dallas, Texas, and we're doing interviews for tons of states. So, ladies, I want you to know that we are listening. We are doing what we can to make these changes. The changes are happening on the front end, but they're happening on the back end as well. As much as we are working to make sure that the website and the mobile site work, we're also making improvements and changes to the app. One of the goals for next year is to bring on a full-time or a part-time developer for the app, because I'm not a developer. I'm not a trained developer, I should say. So I definitely want to bring in somebody who can make the app more effective, easier to navigate, and just make changes that you have all been asking for. The other thing is we are going to be making changes to our membership process. So a lot of the funding for Outdoorsy Black Women has been coming out of pocket. I got to be honest with you. I've done a lot of work with just trying to keep this thing going. And the more I thought about the way we want this community to grow and all of the activities we want to do and all of the chapters that we want to have, I recognize that in order for us to grow the way that you want it to grow and the way that I would like for it to grow, some changes had to be made. So starting next year, we will be moving to a paid subscription model. There will still be a free option, but we will be having an option where you can do a yearly fee or a monthly fee. If you're on the free option, you would be able to pay for the hikes and meetups individually, but they will cost more. For our members that are currently with us, you will be able to get into a discounted rate. So if you haven't joined yet, you'll definitely want to join before the end of the year. That way you will be able to have access to that discounted rate that we're going to start with. So by the end of this year, I will have all of those changes made. We're currently in the process of getting everything switched over. That means that if you are a paid member, you'll have access to the chapter groups, which have the ambassadors in them, and you'll have access to people in your location. If you're a free member, you'll still have access to the activity feed, and you will have access to a free group that we're going to be adding, but you won't have access to the full community. There will still be the membership process. If you're inviting friends, please make sure you let them know ahead of time that we do have a membership verification process, and that will still continue with the new paid subscription plans. I promise these plans are not going to be extravagant. They're not going to be too high, but there will be some perks, like you'll get discounts on events like Wine and Waterfalls as a paid member. You'll also have access to our hikes for free. So with those hikes, we are looking to add an additional hike to the current chapters. So we're working to fill those spaces and add more ambassadors to support the additional hikes. So there'll be at least 2 hikes per month in each location moving forward. I would love to hear any feedback you all have. As I said, we are listening. I definitely pay attention to the feedback and try to implement it over time. But I just wanted you to know here and hear it from me first that those changes are coming. And as we start to implement them slowly, you'll be receiving more updates about that in the newsletter as well as on the site. So you won't be in the dark, and we will be giving you a time period to make that transition over. All right, so that's that's the big news about the membership process. But let's talk a little bit about Wine and Waterfalls. Y'all, we have some fun things coming for you. So I know it's funny because a lot of people have asked me about this concert, and I can't tell you who the headliner is yet, but I can say that we have three acts that are going to be performing, and they're not your cousin Leroy, and they're not my auntie Lisa. These are legit acts. In fact, one of the performers just performed at Essence Fest earlier this year. And that's all I can say about that little tidbit. But we have a ton of special guests coming to Wine and Waterfalls. So, along with the food being catered and your ticket including your accommodations, whichever camping or glamping option that you choose. So you have your food catered, your accommodations, you have the paint and sip, you have the waterfall hike, you have the vineyard tours, the concert, and so much more. This is going to be the experience of a lifetime, ladies. Make sure you get your ticket, and I just hope that you all have a wonderful holiday season and that you continue to help spread the word. Thank you again for choosing to be part of the Outdoorsy Black Women community. Bye.